Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell by the title of the video, today we're going to do a little get ready with me style video, except I'm going to show you my go-to summer makeup look. I feel like with seasons, makeup application, makeup products, what you put on your face changes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, my lovelies, hair is back. Face is primed. Wet n Wild Primer Serum, the Gucci Mattifying Primer for my T-zone, and the Merit little serum oil thing. What is this called? The Great Skin Serum. Okay, so when it comes to summer, I feel like a lot of people like to turn to tints. By the way, my twins are done with naps. FYI. That's why the door is open. Hopefully you can't hear too much of the ruckus that's going on downstairs. I have to keep an eye on them because Hartley girl, that girl, she's gonna give me more gray hairs than I already have. But yeah, that is why that. And then if you hear background noise, more than likely while I'm applying, I'll go ahead and mute it and put some, you know, fun music or whatnot. Okay, so tints. I feel like tints is what people tend to go for the most during summer, just because foundations feel a tiny bit too heavy. There are some foundations that are pretty lightweight, but I feel like most skin tints are very dewy and glowy, which to me is not something I crave during summer. But I do have two options here for some skin tints that actually don't give you that ridiculous glow and dew, and I feel are like great for being outdoors. So this Cali Ray Free Dreaming Tint and this Lawless Conceal the Deal. So I'll go ahead and apply on each side. For the Cali Ray, I have it in shade 8, and for the Lawless, I have it in the shade Tawny. They might be completely different. FYI, but yeah, we're gonna start with these. And I'm going to apply with a sponge as my Wet n Wild sponge. I'll start with the Cali Ray on this side, and as you can tell as I was shaking them, they're a pretty watery consistency, and I think that's one of the reasons why I like these products so much, because that's how lightweight they are, you know? Okay, so this side is the Cali Ray, so no product and product. You can also apply it with your fingers, but I'm doing a sponge just because I really want it to sink into the skin. I know it's absorbing some of the product. I'm okay with that. I have so many foundations that I don't care. All right, now into the Lawless. For this one, I have to be a tiny bit careful because these shades run a tiny bit on the yellow side, and this is not like a perfect good match, and you can definitely over apply this Lawless one and it looks cakey. Start slow and build up. I'm going to use this side from the sponge. Okay, here is what the skin is looking like, and they're pretty much self-setting tints, which is one of the reasons why I feel these two are perfect for summer. I forgot how much I do enjoy those skin tints. Okay, now concealer. I enjoy a very light coverage, like lighter than normal when I'm going to be outside in the heat, sweating and just yeah. So I pulled out a couple that I truly enjoy. The Glossier, this is the stretch concealer, and even though this one does have a decent coverage, I do still feel like you can really sheer it out and make it super lightweight. The next one unfortunately is no longer available, but if you have it in your collection, this is your reminder to pull it out and use it. The Lila B, super lightweight, very, very pretty, dries down on its own. It's a good option. Okay, the next two are under eye brighteners, but I use them as a very lightweight concealer. The Rare Beauty, what is this called? The lettering is so small, but it's an under eye brightener. I have it in the shade medium, I'm sure. Super lightweight, feels like you have nothing under your eyes. The Fenty Beauty. This is the Bright Fix and I have it in Deep Butter 07. Also a very similar product to the Rare Beauty. If I had to pick between these two, I think I prefer the Rare Beauty over the Fenty. I do feel like the Fenty can give you a tiny bit more coverage than the Rare Beauty. So if that is something you look for, then maybe go for the Fenty. But I think the price point's pretty much close to the same. Okay, and the last two options are a little bit more expensive, but they're so good. And they're so lightweight and they're so skin-like. The Tom Ford Stick Concealer and the Clé de Peau Stick Concealer. Both of these formulas are absolutely fabulous, lightweight. They look like your skin. So these are the two that we're going to use today. Sonia G Jumbo Worker. Okay, can you even detect anything under my eyes?
I barely can.
For the Tom Ford, I went in to shade 3WO Latte. Now let's do the Clé de Peau on this side, and I believe Almond is this, nope, 5 Honey. I think this one's a tiny bit darker than the other side. Same brush. All right, I had to close that door behind me.
Parkour! Michael, parkour!
Yeah, mom life. This is how it's going over here. Okay, so if you've been here for a while, then you already know that I love layering cream products before I go in with my powders. So that's what we're going to do today. And also my complexion is looking so good. I honestly feel like I have nothing at all. That's how great my skin feels. Cream bronzer and cream contour. I would definitely stick to formulas that aren't dewy. The last thing you want is for them to move around, slip around, all that not so great stuff. For today, I am going to use the new Vive Modern Radiance Cream Bronzer, only because it's newer in my collection. I think I've only used it 2 or 3 times. And also the Man Eater, what is this? I don't know, the new cream bronzer that they just came out that looks very similar to the Rare Beauty. I do have a comparison video. I don't know if that's going up before this one, but you either already saw it or it's coming. I did pull out some other options as well. So the two I'll be using is a Tarte and the Vive, but the other ones that I pulled out, which you already saw, the Rare Beauty. This is one of those that turns from cream to powder. Perfect for the summer. The Makeup by Mario. This one does dry down. A soft sculpt stick, and I have it in light medium. This shade is more neutral on me, so I usually use this as a contour stick. The Fenty. This formula is a very like drying cream formula. It's not super silky smooth like the Rare Beauty, but that's a great thing for summer, is that it stays in place. It doesn't move around because it dries down, which is awesome. The Chanel, I do think this is also a very good formula that turns from cream to powder. I'll mention the Makeup by Mario just because it's more of a natural kind of bronzer, but this one I have to set down. I cannot just leave it on its own. That's just me personally. Oh, and the Victoria Beckham contour stick. I do really enjoy this, so I'll be using this before I go in with my bronzers. Okay, here's what we're looking like, and they do not feel sticky or anything. It feels like I almost have powder on my face, which is great. I did not know the Vive was self-setting, because when you touch it with your fingers, you get a little bit of a gel-like feel. Okay, now blush. Since I'm going to layer powder on top, I'm not going to be super extra picky with the blush that I use, but let me go ahead and just show you a couple of options. I think for today I'm going to use the lip blush from Huda Beauty. I feel like this is the perfect blush for summer. It dries down, it's long lasting, it's super comfortable. Yeah, I feel this is like perfect for the season we're in right now. Okay, I pulled out the Milk Makeup Cream Blush. I have the shade here, Cork, I think, and this one I feel is a cream to powder type of formula, and they have so many beautiful shades to offer. I also feel like the formula is very nice and easy to work with. And I do have a little mini here of the Westman Atelier. I got this in a gift set or something like that. Another great formula. This one I feel is not as like self-setting as the Milk Makeup, but it's still a good option. For today, like I said, the Huda Beauty, and this is in Rosy Kiss. Trick with this one is you have to know how to apply it, work with it, and see what you enjoy best. For me, I have to apply it to my brush, and that's how I apply it on, or else it dries down way too fast. Okay, here is what the face looks like. So pretty. I honestly would be 100% comfortable with leaving the blush as is. It does such a good job. I'm like debating picking up another shade. Okay, now I'm going to powder my face. There's not much to powder because it does feel pretty set in place, but I personally need a little bit of powder. Okay, so I would definitely go with powders that are super lightweight. For the under eyes, I feel it's a personal preference. It's such a area that kind of caters to each individual separately. A powder that I absolutely love might not work for you. Under eyes, whatever you use, I'm sure will be perfectly fine. For the face, make sure that it's a super lightweight powder. So a couple that I enjoy are the Dominique Cosmetics. You already know that this is one of my favorite powders. It does such a good job at containing my oils. The Hourglass, it's newly added to my collection, but I've really been enjoying this. And it's also a very finely milled powder. It's almost like a veil on top of your skin. This Hailey's Beauty Retouch is actually a good one. Not a lot of people talk about it. The KVD also is a really good one. I don't know why a lot of people don't talk about this either, because it's a good one. I have a little mini. This RCMA one, this is one of their latest launches, which was like over a year ago, I think. And they released some pressed ones and some loose powder ones. I have both, but I just took one out. Really, really good. I do really enjoy this powder. I don't know why people don't talk about it, honestly. Really enjoy that, and you do have to be a tiny bit light hand because I feel like it can get heavy. And the Wayne Goss powder, this is also a really good one. A lot of the times I use this when my foundation is a tiny bit too dark because it does lighten up my foundation a tiny bit. So I'm going to set my under eyes with this NARS pressed powder and the Givenchy Prisme Libre in shade 2. Okay, make sure to use a super fluffy brush. This is the BK Beauty 104, and for the cream blush, I forgot to mention BK Beauty 109. And I just swirl the cap. If I feel like there's too much, take the excess off. And I'm mostly concentrating it where I still have foundation that's just on its own, since I am going to use powder bronzer and powder blush. Okay, now we're going to jump into bronzer, and I feel like you can't really be too picky with the bronzer. I feel like most powder bronzers, if you love the formula, you should be fine. I don't think there's too many like powder bronzers out there that feel heavy on the skin. Most of them are pretty lightweight. NARS has a really good formula. Makeup by Mario. What else? I can't think of what else, but there's a lot of amazing bronzers out there. I'm going to show you some of the ones that I have here in my daily basket. The new Surratt bronzer, I love this. I think it is so pretty. It's such a shame that they only have 2 shades available because everyone should be able to experience that formula. Okay, the Tom Ford, it's an oldie but a goodie. I do feel like this one gives you a tiny bit of a sheeny glow. I have the shade Terra. I do really love it. I don't think I'm going to use that today. The Dior, it's a good one. It's a good formula. You just have to get the right shade because shade 5 is just way too light and I have to really build it up. But this one, shade 6, perfect. Love it. Been enjoying that one a whole lot more. House Labs, this one surprised me. It's a really good formula. I have medium 5 and I do feel like I have to build it up a tiny bit. But it's a good one. It's a really good one. They did a good job with that. I got this little Natasha Bronze and Glow, and the bronzer in here, the formula is great. The only thing I hate is 1, there's only 1 shade available in this mini, and 2, I feel like the undertone in this one is not all that flattering on my skin tone. But I think I might end up using this today since I have cream bronzer underneath. It'll be all right. The Give Beauty, this duo is actually a really good duo. This cream, so this is supposed to be a contour, cream, and bronze, a powder bronze duo. Bronzer for me, yes. Contour for me, no. For some reason, on me, this looks a little bit too warm, so I can't use it really as a contour. So I use it as a cream blush, but this formula is really good. The only thing is the scent. If you are really sensitive to scent, stay away from it. Okay, like I said, we're gonna jump into this one here. And we're gonna use this Sigma Soft Blend, which is like the shape of their bronzer brush. I wonder if she's gonna come out with individual bronzers. That would be nice. Okay, I would actually be comfortable leaving my blush like this because I feel like the Huda Beauty is popping out pretty well. For the purpose of the video, why not layer a tiny bit more powder blush on top, right? Okay, so I feel like, again, you can't really go wrong with powder blushes. There's not too many out there that are, you know, heavy and just feel nasty on the skin when it comes to summer. So many great powder blush formulas out there. So many great ones. I pulled out a couple just, yeah. Okay, so Vive, her single blushes. I have here Cherub, and honestly, I forgot how much I love this formula because I feel like it really just does, like it puts a filter on your cheeks. I mixed this with the face palette a couple of videos ago from the one that I'm filming today, and literally by the end of the night, right before I washed my face, I was like, oh my gosh, my cheeks look so good. What am I wearing? Okay, the Dior, this is the Rosy Glow. I feel like this is also a really good formula, and it also gives you a tiny bit of glow to your face. This is a great shade, I feel, for summer. The Gucci, this is a really good one. I feel like the formula is really nice. Definitely a good option if you have it. Don't go out and buy it if you don't have it and you have too many blushes. The Make Beauty, another formula that is so soft. I need to pick up a different shade than this pink one. Super soft, literally looks like you have a softening filter on your cheeks. Like, this formula is incredible, and I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. This one from Odin's Eye, this is Orange Sunny, and it's like an orangey kind of blush, but this formula is actually really good, and they're an affordable brand, an indie brand. Good one right here. I have another like soft pinky shade, and I love that one too. The Armani Beauty, I actually enjoy this blush formula so much. I think I prefer this one over the Gucci, even though they perform pretty much identical. I think I prefer this one over the Gucci, but also another amazing formula. And last but not least, the Sigma. I feel like not a lot of people talk about them, and their blushes and their bronzer are actually really nice. So if you have this, pull it out and use it. For today, I think we're gonna use the Odin's Eye just because it's orangey and it's summer, you know. Even though it doesn't go with the pink tone that I put underneath. It's all right. Wait, no, you know what? No, I changed my mind. Let me use the Sigma. Okay, this is in Cor de Rosa, and this is the Sonia G Soft Cheek. Yeah. Okay, so pretty. I forgot how much I enjoy the Sigma blush formula. It's really nice. Okay, now for highlight before I go off camera and do my eyebrows and whatnot. I feel like you can't go wrong. Definitely to go for a super glowy, dewy kind of highlight. So any powder highlighter would be nice, but for me personally, I go for something that sinks into my skin and looks natural. So I pulled out a couple that I personally enjoy. The Dior Luminizer I have here, what shade is this? A Nude Glow, and I also have Coral Cruise. Gorgeous formula, literally just sinks into my skin and looks like perfection. Highlighters is one of the items that I use the least of, and you can see how much I have used this. Okay, the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. I actually do really enjoy this. I feel like it sinks into the skin. It looks like a natural kind of highlight. And even though it's a cream formula, it does dry down, and it's a beautiful one. I might wear this for the wedding, I'm not sure. Or maybe the rose ink, this one, which is the next one I'm going to talk about. This one is a cream to powder, but the formula is so good. It's actually really unique. I have never felt another formula like this. It's a cream, but it turns to powder, but it's like, it almost disappears and sinks into your skin. Like, it's such a good one. I recently used this one, so I think I'm going to put this down and save it for another day. The Westman Atelier, like, even though this is a kind of dewy formula, it's actually a really good one. I have here, what is this? Lit Up, I think. This one, does it stay dewy? It sinks into your skin. It does stay a tiny bit dewy, but the formula is so lightweight that, see that? You can barely feel it. I think we'll use this one for today. I haven't used it in a good minute, and so I wanna put this on because it's honestly a really good one. And I like to apply this with my finger. So pretty, but see how it literally just looks like my skin is just glowy. Okay, so here we are. So as far as lashes, I usually don't wear any mascara. I just curl my lashes and call it. Yeah, if you were to ask me 10 years ago, like, would you ever walk out of the house without mascara? I would say hell to the no. And then for eyebrows, I just use brow gel. So whatever gel you know is going to hold your brows up in place, use that. Okay, and then as far as lips, I usually just wear chapstick, but for today we'll go into this NYX Fat Oil. I have this shade here that's Chic. Very good one. I don't usually wear too much on my lips. The Make Beauty lip oil is nice. The Rare Beauty one, that one, it's more of a stain, and it does hydrate your lips for like 30 seconds and then it goes away. The Makeup by Mario one is also a good one. This next one's a really good one, and it's super affordable, and it smells so good. Okay, my lovely, so here is my go-to makeup summer look. So pretty. My skin feels good. It feels nice and just light. And that is what I look for when I think about makeup that I'm going to wear outside, where it's going to be just hot. It just feels honestly like I have nothing on my skin right now, and it's so nice. Okay, well, that's going to conclude this video. I hope you had fun watching just my thought process on when I'm doing makeup when I know I'm going to be out in the sun and in the heat for long periods of time, because I feel like everyone's thought process is different. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope the few products that I did suggest you have in your collection, and if you do, get them out and use them. This is my reminder to you to use products that have been sitting in your makeup collection untouched. All right, my lovelies, well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate, as you can hear, I'm sure you can hear the chaos that's going down outside. Where was I? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly does mean the world to me. So with that being said, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Okay, my lovelies, I will see you all on the next video. Bye.